Here's the whole issue that I'm seeing. They complain about it at that point in time. However, a large majority of those individuals, and men and fathers and husbands also, just generally as a group, when the marriage is going well and the family is there, men are actually looking at and boasting of them being a provider. So when the marriage is going well, men are actually happy that they're the provider and actually take on that identity. And you'll hear them extol how good of a provider they are. And if the family doesn't want for anything when it comes to that. The issue is that women apparently and families apparently want and need more than just a provider. However, men are not having these conversations with themselves. They're not seeing where they're actually seeing themselves as the provider when it's good for them, and then lamenting it when it's not good for them. And I wonder if men were to be a little more accepting of being nurturing and emotionally intelligent, and I'm not suggesting that that anyone is anything other than what they are, and everyone's doing the best they can. Where are the men's groups to start having men talk to each other about how we can be better men? Where are the men's groups talking about how we can actually support each other? When you get a bunch of men together, we must be very careful because it easily devolves into a bunch of shivs between the 13th and the 14th rib. I see it all the time. You can't develop deep emotional bonds and the ability to be authentic with each other while you're worried about whether or not you're going to get a shiv in the 13th and 14th rib. And the reason why we get to that point in time and the consequence of not being able to handle it is a lot of time we think of each other as a bitch. Or someone who can't stand. He does. You know what? He needs to grow thicker skin. We're not understanding of any of us. Many of us are on the verge of breaking down, verge of fucking throwing in the towel. The number of men that I'm talking to right now, they're actually getting hit by their women, locked in the garage, actually being hit with items and fists. I talked to a gentleman and his wife a couple weeks ago. And they admitted that she boxed him around the ears when she got angry and literally ruptured his eardrums. Men are in a very difficult, vulnerable state right now, whether we want to talk about it or not. Even if it's just a small amount, some of these things are concerning.